walking down the street the other day, trying to distract myself, but then I see your face. Oh wait, that's...
Hey guys, and welcome to more. This is actually my second take making a video. At first I was going to make a favorite ships video, but I finished, I was almost done. I was just like, nah, I want to do something else. So the video I'm going to do now is a review on the first half of the second part of the second season of Shadowhunters. I am going to be straight up honest with you guys. I am so proud of Shadowhunters. It came so far from that terrible season 1, and I'm happy. I am really happy. I always watch the episode. I cannot wait till Monday's episode. It's crazy, okay? I love everything they're doing, except the fact that Isabel is, they keep making her book weak. That's my biggest problem so far with Shadowhunters this season, in all of season 2. They've made Isabel look so weak. They made her get hooked to Yenthen, and I hate that, because I think Isabel is one of the strongest female characters there are, and she's so amazing. I love Isabel. When I was reading City of Bones, when I was watching City of Bones, I was just like, yes, she is awesome. She's lit, okay? She's awesome. And what Shadowhunters is doing, they're making her seem so weak. And I hate that, because I'm just like, how dare you do that to a female? I'm a huge feminist, if you didn't know. So I hate what they're doing to her. Showing her in a weak state, showing her that it's she can't get better. She's finally getting better. But I just hated that whole aspect of her being addicted to a drug, and then also shaking, and then having to go to Raphael for help. I was just like, no, don't do that to Isabel. What did she ever do? What did she do? The problem that I have with Shadowhunters this season is the fact that, or just Shadowhunters in general, the show, they always call Isabel Izzy. I know that's her nickname, but don't overuse it. They overuse it. You rarely hear them say Isabel. I think the only person who says Isabel is Maris, and that's sick. Her brother usually says Isabel. They usually call her Isabel in the books. They don't call her Izzy all the time. Her name is Isabel, so let it be Isabel. Stop going the short way, Just don't do it, okay? Now, let's get to the things I love this season. What I really love that they're doing this season is they're bringing aspects of the Dark Artifices series into what's happening in Shadowhunters, into City of Bones and City of Ashes, City of Glass. They're bringing in aspects of future books into the show, and I think that's really cool, because then it kind of brings a different aspect to it, and then it also kind of shows the fans of the books who are reading, the current books, Lord of Shadows just came out, and it's bringing aspects of that into the TV show, and it's kind of they're kind of giving you a sneak peek into what you might see in Lord of Shadows, or later into the Mortal Instruments series, which I really, really like. It's really cool. One thing that I really, really, really can't stand is Kleiman's relationship. I am not a shipper of Kleiman. I am not at all. I don't ship Clary and Simon at all. It's just one thing I have a huge problem with, because they keep romanticizing it, and I'm just like, no, they're having, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's cringy. It's really cringy, and you see Jace over here so sad, and you're just like, oh my gosh, Jace. It's really sad for Jace, because he's one of the best characters of all time. He's seriously one of the most sarcastic people, and when you see him in love like this, it's like, no, you don't want him to be upset. You don't want him to be upset. And I think they're really showing that. And they're always showing Clary mad at him. I'm like, Clary's not that mad at him all the time. So stop making her seem like she is mad at him. Because most of the time she's not. They're just, they work together and they go on with their life and move on, because that's what you need to do as Shadowhunters. Just, you work together, so you're not angry all the time. You might be upset with something that might happen, but yeah, that's just what happens. So yeah, anyway, moving on to a good topic. I loved what they did in the previous episode. We finally got to see the scene that is in City of Ashes, huge turning point in Clay's relationship and in Kleiman's. they go to the Sealy court. The Sealy Queen tells Clary the only way they could leave is she kisses the one who she most desires, and she kisses Jace instead of Simon, and Simon gets upset, and then he runs off, and I was like, yes! I was so happy with it. But it would have been cooler if Simon wasn't already a vampire, because that is the part in City of Ashes where Simon goes to the Hotel Jamor and he gets turned, and then he dies, and then he comes back again, and Clary is traumatized, and her and Jace have that awesome scene in his room, and they, you know, it's amazing. But yeah, I really liked how they did it, and the Sealy Queen was like a little girl. I didn't like that. I didn't like that because I thought the Sealy Queen is so ruthless and so mean and so crazy that it just doesn't make sense when you put her as a little girl. Because a little girl, you don't get that sense of, oh yeah. I mean, like, I myself, I'm 15, but I would not play the Sealy Queen. I just wouldn't play her because it needs to be an older, like, you sense an older woman playing the Sealy Queen. Like, yeah, she's old and she can manipulate her age, but don't do that, because it's just like, what? It's like child's play. So you don't want it to be like child's play, because guess what? It's not a Chucky doll. We're not doing that, okay? Don't do it. So that is a problem I had. But moving on. I really liked how Clary found out that her and Jace were not brother and sister. I thought that was one of the best scenes ever. I thought they did that perfectly. It really showed how Clary really felt. Catherine McNamara is getting better. She's getting better as Clary. I'm going to give her that. She's doing a lot better as Clary. And so is Dominic Sherwood. He's doing so much better as Jace. I love them both. But anyway, yeah. It was amazing, that whole scene. He was just like, oh, you haven't told her yet? Like, Valentine's like, oh, you haven't told her yet? Oh. And Jace is like, shut up. And she's like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, yeah, Jace is not my son. And she's like, what the heck? Are you serious? And it's really crazy and awesome. I love it. Yeah. So that was in the very first episode of the second part of the second season. And yeah, did I forget anything? Maya and Jace, no. It was like, I knew it was going to happen because it was just like really looking like it was going to happen. But I don't ship it. Don't do that. I didn't like how they did that whole aspect. Jace and Maya really they're not the best of friends. So don't make them have and just go on with life. Because it's just, no, it just doesn't make sense at all. So, yeah. We saw a lot of sad parts with Malik. You know, Malik has been through some stuff this season. And I can't wait to see next season, to see even more of their connection and how close they get. Because it's a really, really beautiful relationship. And I want it to happen a lot. Because I love Malik. They're my favorite. And, yeah, Magnus, you saw a very emotional part of him this season. And I really like that because you don't really get to see into Magnus a lot, except in Main Chronicles, which I haven't finished reading yet. But yeah, I really, really like to see that. And I would like to see more of depth into Alex's character and Magnus's character and see how much, see how far they go. Because I think that's one of the coolest things about Shadowhunters, and the way that they can, you have the book, but in the book you don't get to see a lot of the depth of the characters. So hopefully with the TV show they would go into depth on different characters. I love Sebastian. Sebastian is great. He's awesome. I couldn't think of any better person to play him. Will Tudor is doing amazing. I cannot wait till they find out it's Sebastian Morgenstern, not Sebastian Verlac. And it's going to be the bomb. The only problem I have is Sebastian Verlac. What they should have did, so they could have changed him a little bit, and then he could have looked like Sebastian Morgenstern. They could have given him like a wig, like a black wig, and then he could have acted French, not British. You know, he's not British at all. He is. Well, he is. Never mind. Sebastian himself is British, but not Sebastian Verlac. He's French. So, yeah. So, moving on, I think Shadowhunters is doing so much better. I'm really, really, really proud of it. Just keep going. You know, just keep going with the awesome ships, all the awesome crazy plot twists, the plots. It's just amazing. So, yeah, I think that concludes this video. You guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't give it a thumbs down. That's just rude. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will probably see you guys next week. Alright? Bye.